Good evening and welcome back to Capitol Tonight, a statewide look at politics. I'm Tim Boym. Our featured guest tonight is the relatively new state director, the conservative group Americans for Prosperity. The group has spent millions in our state on ads this year already. John Dudley joins us from our Charlotte newsroom tonight. Welcome to the program, sir. Good to see you. Thank you for coming on.
Thanks, Tim. Glad to be here.
Absolutely. Well, I guess for those that may not know Americans for Prosperity real well, just describe it.
Well, we're a nonprofit, nonpartisan organization. We've been around for probably about 10 years, but North Carolina was one of the original three states to become part of the organization. And so we've been pretty active over the last several years, but we're growing. It's a growing organization, and we realize that there's importance behind making sure that Americans, particularly in North Carolina from where I'm at, enjoy a free society, and that try to limit government, to lower taxes, reduce taxes, and have some tax reform, and all things that are going to, we believe, will make people's lives better for themselves and their families, and not based on what government thinks it should be.
A lot of people will call you guys a Tea Party group. Is that a fair assessment?
No, it wouldn't be a fair assessment at all. Again, we're nonpartisan. Many people say we're a conservative organization, but we don't establish or back any particular party, Tea Party, Libertarians, Reagan Republicans, or whatever. It's not a Tea Party group. We are an organization that really is more issues oriented. We're not campaign oriented at all. So we don't do the PAC stuff. We don't get into campaigns. We don't endorse or oppose candidates. So we're issue oriented. We're issue driven, and that's what we're interested in, is making sure that the people in North Carolina in particular are aware of the issues, aware of the things that can impact them through government, and things that will limit their freedom in society.
So obviously the Kay Hagan campaign will strongly disagree with what you just said. What do you say to those folks?
Well, I think it's pretty disingenuous for that camp to look at us and say things like some of the ads that we've seen on the media recently, where we're somehow linked to other parties. If you look at some of the ads that Americans for Prosperity has had playing since October, before any of the candidates even announced that they were running against her on the Republican side, is that we've been fighting Obamacare for a long time. And for that camp to say that we're linked to any particular candidate is ludicrous. We've never in any of our ads ever said anything about any candidate. And the fact is, we really don't care who wins the Senate race. What we care about is whoever wins it gets it right as far as the issues go.
Your ads are targeting Kay Hagan, are they not?
The ads that we're running in North Carolina are holding Kay Hagan accountable for her vote for Obamacare. She was the deciding vote in that horrendous law. We think it's a terrible law. It's costing jobs. It's costing premium increases. People have lost their health care providers. The studies that we've seen is over 470,000 people in the state of North Carolina are going to lose their jobs or lose their plans and their doctors because of Obamacare. And we think it's important that the citizens know that Senator Hagan voted for that bill, and we want to hold her feet to the fire, and we want to let them know to contact her and tell her how bad it is, because we've seen so many people and so many volunteers and members all across the state. They're looking for a voice like Americans for Prosperity to point out the fact that individuals that are elected into office and that are supposed to represent them and represent their best interests, and we think that's not the case here, where Senator Hagan voted for Obamacare.
So we hear a lot about the Koch brothers, who are a big part of Americans for Prosperity nationally, obviously. What is your stance on this money in campaigns and what a lot of people decide to call dark money?
Well, again, I think it's a little disingenuous to continue to call on the Koch brothers. And, you know, I see Harry Reid gets on the Senate floor, which I think is a little low class for somebody in his position to be doing something like that, and calling upon Americans like great Americans like the Koch brothers who've donated millions of dollars to charity, to say that they're evil, they're un-American. And yet we see the Soros brothers, Tim and the Steyer brothers, billionaires in their own right, in the energy industry, providing outside money in the state of North Carolina. Billionaires like former mayor of New York providing money for the Senate Majority PAC. So for them to say that, well, we don't engage in outside money is ridiculous.
What about, so Democrats have been hitting hard today that the Koch brothers, one of their companies in Wilmington, laid off 100 workers just before multi-million-dollar campaign buy ads last fall. I guess I just want to get your response to that since that's out today.
Well, I haven't seen that, but I mean, I think that regardless of what happens, if you focus back on Obamacare, the number of jobs that's cost in North Carolina, the statistics I've seen say that out of the Congressional Budget Office, a nonpartisan organization has estimated that we're going to lose over 73,000 job equivalents in the state of North Carolina just because of Obamacare. And just recently, came out of a recent report out of Pitt County as one example that 200 North Carolina teachers are going to be cut. Substitute teachers are going to lose their jobs probably because they can't afford to pay for Obamacare. Now, that to me is not job creation, that's job stifling. And that's supposedly one of the issues behind Obamacare, is that it was going to stir economic development and create jobs. And we're finding it's absolute opposite. And it's not just Pitt County teachers. There's all kinds of communities or industries and businesses that are losing jobs because of Obamacare.
Would AFP run ads against a conservative elected official?
I would say that we might. We've had, again, we don't hold favors against any party. We will call attention and hold accountable any party if we see they don't get it right for creating a free society and economic prosperity. I'll give you a couple of examples. Recently, our president of AFP, Tim Phillips, came out in Politico in an op-ed criticizing the Ryan Murray budget deal. Here in the state of North Carolina specifically, in the Raleigh News and Observer, we just called out Governor McCrory for what he is proposing is to extend the film tax credits. We think that's a bad idea. Any type of special credits like that, we think are, they do create jobs. We think that you can create more jobs by having spreading those tax incentives across a broader base, and you'll create even more jobs than that. So it doesn't matter what the administration is, whether it's Republican, Democrat, whatever. We don't play favorites. We play the issues.
All right, Mr. Dudley, well, AFP is playing a big role in this and many issues throughout the country, so we appreciate your time. Good to see you, sir. Thank you.